So hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel CodeSurfer, and I hope you guys are doing really well. So in today's video we'll see about the do while loop. In previous videos you can check out, we saw the for loop and the while loop. So in today's video there is do while loop. Now, as I said in the last video, that do while loop works in a bit different manner than the other two loops. So this statement, or this loop I would like to say, this first runs the statement that you have already written down there, and then it checks the loop, and according to that it will again go to the statement and run it. But what was happening in the other loops was the condition was getting checked first and then it was going to the statement. So let me make it a bit simpler. I'll just quickly get rid of these drawings and I'll write it down again. So let's see the syntax of do while loop first. So you don't have to do anything, simply write do here and the curly braces here, and there will be the statement that you want to execute. So here it is, cout and hello world. But how we are going to use it today is, if you might have seen in some operating systems, I would say like Linux, that unless until you will not enter a specific letter, that is an or something, whatever they have asked for, till that time the program will go running unless and until you have entered an, the program will stop and then you can do whatever you want. So sometimes when you are finding a direct, you are into directory Linux and you entered something wrong and there is nothing that you can enter here, you have to simply press Ctrl C or Ctrl Z and then you can enter the another commands again. So this is how we are gonna operate the do while loop today. So as I said, like the first we'll do here, we'll write down do, and in that we'll write the statement that we want to execute, and after that there will be the while keyword again, and here there will be the condition. So whatever the condition will be, if the condition is now satisfied, then it will directly go out of the loop. It will not go back again to run this statement. But if the condition is satisfied, then yep, it will go here and do this thing again. And if the statement is good to go, and you can initialize the stuff be outside of the do while loop, and there is no increment or decrement needed here because it works just on the condition. So let me just jump on the code editor and see how this thing work, so it will be a bit easier for us. So I'll open the code editor here, and here we have the code editor. So what we will do is just take a variable that is integer input, because we are going to take the input from the user, as I said here, that was happening in the Linux or any other languages that you have worked on, or I would say operating system. So I'll write down here do and this curly braces and cout, I would say hello again, and never forget the end line, because if you forget this it will just make your program look worse. So cout again, and I'll ask the user enter X to get out of this loop, and here I can see this is a keyword, so you can't use some words here. So the main thing is that if you are using it directly like this, it would affect your program, but the mistake that I've made here was the inverted commas were not mentioned here, because the cout is always in the double inverted quotations. So I'll say enter X to get out of this loop, or any other key, or I would say here letter instead of key, to keep running this program. And that's all we have to do here. And again, there will be an line, and I'll take the input into the input. Yeah, so that we have already mentioned the variable up there, and again this thing. Now there is no need to put here the semicolon, because this is whole one loop, or I would say whole one structure, so you don't have to break it. So I'll write down here while, and the condition would be if the input is not equals to the x as we have mentioned here, and then here there will be the semicolon. But there is one mistake here, as you guys, if you guys can find out it. The thing is that I have put here in integer and asked the input, but what I've asked for is x or any other letter. So if you are asking for these characters, the data type would be always character, not the integer. And if you want to get the character, you'll always need to put it into the single quotations. If you're working with the strings, it's always good to go with the double inverted commas, but the characters are always in the single quotations. So this was all the while and do while loop, and I'll make one more loop, not loop, sorry, I would say see out statement, to know that we are out of the loop now. So I'll just write an out of the loop, and that's all. So if unless the x is not there, the program will just keep running this sort of statements. As soon as the person or the user will enter x, then this statement will be printed. So let's run the program and see if there are any errors there. So the program is running properly, and they have asked hello again, enter X to get out of this loop, or any other letter to keep running this program. So I'm gonna enter here A, and they have again asked me hello again, and the same sort of questions I'm asking G, Y, whatever you guys want. But what if I enter X now, and I'll press enter, and see, we can see here the out of the loop is now printed. So this thing is used really frequently while working with the menus. So this was all for the do while loop, I would say, and in next video we might see the nested loops, which are used to build up some kind of patterns, or there is quite a lot of things you can use while working with the multi-dimensional arrays and all this stuff. So I'll say do subscribe the channel to get some more informative stuff like this, and see you guys in the next video. Till that time, take care, bye bye.